Okay, we're going to resume. It is 7:52 PM and we've just come out of the executive session, October 11, 2018. Number 10, we're going to discuss and or possible action on the employment, or duties of public work employees. We did deliberate on that. Would you like to?
I move that we conduct interviews on two individuals to fill the public works employee positions, to be Gustavo Godoy and Christopher Maldonado. And Alderman Garcia and myself would conduct those interviews sometime next week.
Okay, so Alderman Tremblay motion that we go ahead and interview those two applicants. And Alderman Tremblay and Alderman Garcia would be conducting those interviews. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Alderman Rapino, second the motion. Show of hands to go ahead and proceed with that. Motion unanimous. Number 11, discuss and or possible action, appointment, employment, or duties of city marshal. And again, we have interviews. We narrowed it down to 3.
Also now, I'd move that we conduct interviews with 3 individuals, Felipe R. Lopez, Jamie R. Sprott, and Anthony S. Ibarra. Those interviews will be conducted by Alderman Garcia and Alderman Rapino.
Okay, so we have a motion. Okay, we have a motion from Alderman Tremblay to go ahead and have Alderman Garcia and Alderman Rapino do interviews with Anthony Ibarra, Felipe R. Lopez, and Mr. Jamie Sprott. Do I have a show of hands to go ahead and proceed with that?
We have to have the second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say?
I'll second.
Okay, Alderman Thomasini, second the motion. Do I have a show of hands to go ahead and interview? Motion passes. Item number 21, discuss and or possible action on ordinance limiting the spending powers of the mayor. What are the details on that?
We posted this in hopes to get the finalized agreement back from Alamo, and we have not yet, so.
Oh, we're doing that? Oh,
No, we haven't received the finalized agreement back from Alamo.
oh, we're doing 12?
Oh, is that what?
I thought we were doing 21
Oh, sorry.
since we talked about 21. We're supposed to be 21.
Either way.
Oh, okay. Okay, number 12, discuss and or possible action on agreement on use of right-of-way between Alamo Broadband, Inc. and City of Sandy Oaks. And you were giving information?
Just that we posted this in hopes that we would get the finalized agreement back from Alamo to present to council, and we haven't, so this could be pulled or tabled until.
A table item
I have
number.
a question
Yes.
regarding it before we go in it for, they're just moving right along with the work, the agreement hasn't been signed. Now we've got AT&T coming in as well. Do we have we received any requests or anything from AT&T as far as running fiber within the city? Now we've got 2 different companies here digging, tunneling through the right of ways, digging under driveways, and we have no agreement with either. I was wondering if you as mayor, if you've heard anything from
I haven't heard
AT&T.
anything or received any emails or calls.
Is
No.
AT&T doing underground work?
I thought it was above.
AT&T, they're digging. AT&T is digging. They trenched in front of Dollar General.
Were they trenching? Because my understanding was that they were gonna run the cable along the telephone poles.
They probably will after they get to the first measure, just use rock.
So we need to we need to contact AT&T and find out what their plans are.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and table this item. Do you have a motion to table?
Move table.
Okay, Alderman
Second.
Dillinger, motion to table item number 12, and we have a second from Alderman Rapino. Do you have a show of hands to table item number 12? Okay. Item number 13, discuss, yes. Item number 13, discuss and or possible action on ordinance to follow the Bear County Fire Marshal's order for a burn ban whenever it is instituted.
I'm gonna table that probably till next month as well. We're still doing some research and along with the Cassandra's doing some digging. My concern is that the Bear County is not issuing burn permits for anyone within the city of San Diego. They're telling us that they don't give burn permits or even if we follow their burn ban, being that we're incorporated, they handle unincorporated Bear County. So for now, I'm gonna table this until we get more information.
Okay, we have Alderman Tremblay tabling number 13. And I have Alderman Rapino seconding motion to table. Show of hands to table. Motion passes. Item number 14. Discuss and or possible action on an ordinance adopting a record control plan and corresponding state records control schedules. And we wanted to approve the following with the state of Texas. And this goes, our records person is our city clerk. And you have an ordinance in front of you about the scheduling and the severity clause.
The council had previously approved an ordinance on the records management policy, directing the clerk to develop a plan, and so this is what this is on how to retain and, get rid of records when we need to, or according to the state. The state.
So are we
retention policy.
sending our clerk to
That's the
training?
next item, next item.
I like to put
You wanna
this
put 'em
off
together?
until we get more information on the plan itself. I've read this, I've read through.
Okay, so
Most
table
of
that till
Well,
we
isn't-
get to item number.
Well, isn't this something that's required by the state anyway?
It is.
Yeah, she is our records management person, anyway.
So, I mean, we can table it, but it's still.
Well, I think we've already adopted, or passed an ordinance about records management.
But not the actual plan on how records are gonna be retained, are two different
Right,
things.
but I don't think she has the knowledge to prepare a plan at this point, not knowing what's required until she goes to the training.
So table it till we get to 15 training. So we have a motion by Alderman Tremblay to table, adopting an ordinance of records control plan. Do I have a second? Alderman Tremblay, second the motion.
Alderman Thomasini.
Oh, I'm sorry, second the motion. Do I have a show of hands to approve tabling this item? Thank you. 15, discuss and or possible action approving the record management classes for city clerk and related cost. And we have a handout here on the related cost. The classes will be held October 24th and 25th in Austin, Texas. Each class is, how much is each class, Catherine? Is it
$20.
$20, but it's for 2 days, is that correct?
Correct.
So she has Wednesday, Thursday, and Austin is kind of far. I guess you'd be traveling in one of the vehicles.
I don't know.
Related cost, would that be approval to stay in a hotel so she won't have to travel back and forth?
Definitely, I think we need to pay her hotel as well as, I think we should be paying per diem as you would with any government travel. So I'm not sure what the government per diem rate is for Austin. If we can find out what that is, and pay her per diem for her meals and incidentals while she's traveling on city business.
Okay, so we have, is that a motion?
I would
Or do
approve.
you want discussion?
I mean, yes, I would approve, that she attends both days, both classes, with all expenses to include the course cost, the hotel costs, and her meals and incidentals. based on the per diem rate for the Austin area.
Okay, so we have a motion, to approve record management classes for city clerk with related costs, as per government per diem to Austin, including the meals and the course and, lodging.
Second.
We have a second from Alderman Fillinger. Show of hands to go ahead and approve. Motion passes. Number 16, discuss enter possible action on approving road repair bids and related costs. Alderman Fillinger, do you have anything here to add?
Not really, everybody has a copy of
We have a bid from Old Castle.
the bid from Old Castle. Basically, it's to repair 30 potholes in the edges of the road on New Mathis Road, and 2 potholes. I forget which street right now, I don't have,
Okay.
it's on the map here. Yep,
Is that the Wild China and Waterbrook?
that's it. Wild China and Water Wheel. Bid's $13,602. I recommend approving it.
So is that a motion?
But that is a motion to approve the bid from Old Castle Materials.
Okay, we've been using Old Castle before, so this is who we've been working
Yes.
with. So Alderman Fillinger has made a motion to go ahead and approve
I'll second it.
Old Castle Materials, bid for doing 30 patches on New Mathis Road in Old Wild Cherry. Total cost $13,602. We have a second from Alderman Garcia. Do you have a show of hands to go ahead and accept this bid? Motion passes. Number 17, discuss and or possible action on Senator Judah Zaffarini's letter concerning the filing and passing of local bills and working together with our senator and our state representatives. She sent us a letter, and basically she thanks us for our leadership, and in the second paragraph, she said, because of our many important issues, will include education, transportation, and balancing the state budget, it is important that we receive legislative proposals from local leaders as early as possible so we may develop them fully before the first day to pre-fill bills, namely Monday, November 12th. For your convenience, I am summarizing herein the procedures related to filing local bills, garnering critical support, and posting timely related public notices. And she said that we should work with our local officials, and they give us more information. So, do we have anything that we need to address with our senator and our representative to be able to go and have some legislation done about our local issues? It could be water district, hospital district, local court, juvenile board, anything that would impact us, our city councils or mayors in the city. So, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's kind of late in the year for us to try to take this up,
Okay.
but we should mark on the city calendar that we need to work with them to pre-file any local bills we're looking for prior to November of 2019.
Actually, I think tomorrow is the deadline to get anything in.
So, is that a motion, Alderman Fillinger?
Actually, I think the sponsors should just go ahead and withdraw this item.
Okay,
because
I
it's
withdraw.
not applicable. Thank
Okay.
you.
The city council had to see it because it was sent to us.
Thank you.
Item number 18, discuss and or possible action amending ordinance 2016-51, creating the position interim city administrator and providing for the appointment, tenure, compensation, bond, general duties, and removal of the removal of the interim city administrator. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, do we need,
We don't need executive session for any of this, right? No.
okay, it's up to you if you wanna do executive session on this.
It's not really regarding personnel, but so we can.
No, it's not.
Okay, so you're creating a position. Charles, would you like to get into this a little further?
Okay, we have a city ordinance, that created the position of, city administrator. And we've actually had an interim city administrator before. This is just kind of formalizing the, interim city administrator. Folks, you don't want me to read it all, but your ordinance is two-toned. I hope everybody's, we've had it a couple days, I hope you've read it. The black is the existing ordinance, and the pretty pink, thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome.
Is,
My red was raining out.
is the amending language to the original ordinance. Basically, if we find ourselves not having a city administrator, the amending language establishes the position of interim city administrator, and council will take it upon themselves to appoint or to nominate and appoint an interim city administrator if the city administrator position is open. Basically, the termination and compensation language is the same, other than we may ask for volunteers for an interim city administrator rather than have a salary position. Council may appoint an interim city administrator and compensate them. The main difference between compensated and uncompensated is volunteer is not gonna be required to post a bond as required of the full-time city administrator. I would recommend that we pass this just because Sandy Oaks needs a city administrator. It's not, I don't think anybody's gonna debate that we need a city administrator. We looked and we're not finding any, so, I'm gonna recommend that we adopt this ordinance and go on to the, next steps.
Okay, can I mention something in section 3, terms of city administrator? The city administrator shall serve for such a term as the mayor and city council may desire. So it would be brought before council in order to remove the administrator, correct? Or hire.
Hire or dismiss, that's correct. Any questions?
Do you have a motion?
I make a motion that we, adopt, the ordinance as written.
I have a motion from Alderman Fillinger to go ahead and accept the ordinance 2016-51, creating the position of interim city administrator and provide for the appointment, tenure, compensation bond, general duties, and the removal of the interim city administrator. Do you have a second?
Okay, I'll second it.
Alderman Rapino, second the motion. Do I have a show of hands to pass this? Okay, unanimous. Number 19, discuss and or possible action on accepting nominations for the position of interim city administrator. Do we have some nominations?
I'm wondering, where would are we talking about one of us being,
Charles, you brought this forward. What were you thinking as far as where to get the nominations from? Within council or outside council or advertise?
I'm ready to make a nomination tonight
from the council?
from the council, yes, sir.
Then my only question is, and I don't know, I'd like to
Dual
get
role?
the city attorney's, opinion. Is there a conflict of interest in doing that? And I don't know, I think there are plenty of people capable of doing that on the council. But I just want to get that answer before we go ahead and,
When you have dual office holding, it typically applies to paid positions. Since y'all aren't paid, that may not be applicable. But there could be a conflict where the city administrator, interim city administrator from council is reporting to council. And there'd be an issue with maybe voting or
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
those types of conflicts.
Yeah. And so then, at that time, would that person then have to recuse himself from the vote?
User abstain, yeah.
Yeah.
So they can be paid as city administrator, they would have to. Is this volunteer?
People know, not paid. I don't think anybody here would wanna go and buy a bond, get bonded.
Oh, I see what
You know,
you're saying.
You do it voluntarily and
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
instead,
non-paid.
instead of appoint, go ahead.
You know, I was just thinking of, a city administrator would be interviewing prospective contractors and things to do things for the city, and then be required to vote on whether we hired that particular individual, and then, or company, and then they would have to recuse themselves of that vote. Or, and not saying that they would, at that time, make their decision based on some,
Yeah, I think if they're interviewing contractors,
yeah,
and
they
then
would-
you're gonna vote on whether which you're gonna hire.
Right.
Yeah, you'd have to.
recuse
abstain,
themselves. So,
Yeah, sure.
other than that, I'm not opposed to doing this, because I think that, most of us here would, not, my only problem is, we all know that within the city, we could be accused of making,
That's all right, Mr. Rufino, because,
it's all in
quite
the,
honestly,
you know.
we're, by the accusation, all getting rich volunteering our time
Oh, I know
here
that.
every month anyhow.
I know that, but it,
Uh,
and Alderman Bellinger, I realize that, I'm just saying that I don't want that to be.
Understand, sir,
Yeah.
and you are correct that, I would expect any person at this table to recuse themselves. Interviewing contractors is normally done by the persons that are most intimately involved in that particular project. But, again, I have not voted several times, and when there wasn't a conflict of interest, just to abstain from the appearance of having.
Yeah, and that's what I'm getting at, to not give the appearance
Good,
of a.
good, valid point, sir.
Okay, well,
And-
I just wanted to make that point before we went any further, so, go ahead.
Well, I do have a suggestion, instead of, if it's somebody on council, instead, because without a city administrator, the mayor has administrative duties, so she has all the duties of, to perform the administrative duties of the city. You can just appoint somebody instead of to the position of interim city administrator, just give them administrative duties. And that keeps, that keeps the conflict a little separate.
Yeah, because of the training, I've been going to the training, it's just really, I mean, if we had an interim, if they had administrative duties, that's good, but for the whole facet, there's so many things to actually consider. With the legal aspects, we have our attorney that can do that, but then you have other things, human resources, and, you know, just other things, contracting, all these different things, so if we pick somebody, I think they should go to training. I mean, if they don't mind, I mean, it would be nice to have that knowledge.
That's true, ma'am. However,
Of course, some people have natural knowledge, yes, I know.
that, it's not natural knowledge, man. You know, many of it, well, some of it at this table have prior contract experience, prior HR experience, and I hate to see that knowledge being not utilized to the advantage of the city.
You have a nominee?
Do we have any more discussion? Okay, with no more discussion, I'd like to nominate, Alderman Tremblay to the position of interim, city administrator.
Okay, we have a motion to nominate Alderman Tremblay as an interim city administrator. We have a second from Alderman Rapino. Did you?
I'll accept the motion.
Okay, so we have a second from Alderman Rapino. Can I have a show of hands to go ahead and accept him as, and you can't vote. 4, 2, and 1 abstained, Alderman. So congratulations. Number 20,
Can I,
yes.
uh,
A lot of work.
city administrator, or interim city administrator, is that a sworn position, Cassandra?
It is good city officer.
Okay, since he's sworn as an alderman, does he need a second, swearing in ceremony as the, okay?
Yes.
No, we don't have the paperwork today. We don't have the paperwork today for swearing in, no.
We're gonna have a second meeting.
Did y'all accept this for just administrative duties or all of the aspects?
You don't have to swear him in.
Oh, you don't? Okay, so. we can do the time.
Back.
Okay. Okay, number 21, discuss and or possible action on an ordinance limiting the spending power of the mayor, and we have, who has all the information?
Yeah, I would, move that we, accept the ordinance as written, an ordinance of the city of San Diego, Texas, limiting the spending powers of the mayor, providing for a repealer and severability clause, providing for a penalty, publication, and an effective date, with the amendment to section 3, item A, that the mayor may not expend municipal funds without the express approval of the city council, with the exception of expenses for day-to-day operations that are not noted in the budget as budget line items.
Okay, we have a motion to go ahead and pass the ordinance for the spending, and you second the motion. Show of hands to pass the motion. Okay, the motion passes. Number 22, motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Alderman Fillinger, motion, have a second.
I second it.
Alderman Garcia, second. Thank you.
All right, thank you, City Council. All of it will change.